This is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it exceeded our expectations in the RSVPs that we received.
Hi everyone. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. The big flag is not flying. I am not being disrespectful. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
So this is normally our American Veterans Heritage Center board meeting evening. So we sacrifice that just to have a social. Typically, we open it with the Pledge of Allegiance and then also a prayer. So if you could please pray with me and bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for our veterans, all those past and present servicemen and women that borne the battle to protect our freedom and served our great country with honor and distinction. We thank all of these selfless, hardworking AVHC volunteers and VA staff and caregivers gathered here today for our first annual AVHC social. We are grateful for our AVHC Grotto Committee volunteers and community partners that donated their time, talents, and treasure to build this wonderful picnic pavilion. We are grateful to the Civil War veterans creating these beautiful grotto gardens on the historic campus of the Dayton Soldiers Home and the powerful healing environment that it has offered to veterans for more than 156 years. We thank you for this free landscape we call America. In your name we pray, amen. So that's a nice kickoff, don't you think?
Yes.
All right, a round of applause. So this is an idea that I've had. I've been part of the AVHC for about 6 years now. And the organization is pretty vast. All the different committees that we have and all the different things that are happening on this campus. And I've always wondered like who all the people were and who all the committees were. And I never really got to meet anybody, or not everybody like we are here today. So I had this idea and I've been talking about it, and it's difficult to pull something like this off. And then recently we brought on a new board member who really encouraged me, Trika Sloan, to have this event. So really, I thank you for kind of prodding me and really making me do this finally, and the events committee for putting it together. We've got a lot of different committee personnel that are here. We have committee leads. So first, what I would like to do is start off by those committee leads that are here. I would like for you to come up and introduce yourself and your committee members. So I'm going to start with Brian. Come on up.
Our committee is the reuse committee and the cemetery expansion committee. So reuse committee is pretty self-explanatory. We have a bunch of historic structures on campus that we're trying to make sure they all get reused. We don't want vacant buildings. So that's probably number one. And then the second piece is, as most of you are aware, we have a national cemetery here. And it is starting to get to that point where we need to start thinking about the future. So we're actually looking at options to expand the cemetery at some point. And I want to thank all the volunteers, all our subcommittee members. We meet monthly, and yeah, we're doing a super job, and thank you. Well, that might be tough for me to do without a list, but we have Sean Farrell here. Sean's one of our committee members. He's with CareSource, that's right. But we have City of Dayton. We have the Land Bank involved. We have Judge Rice is actually on our committee. We have several committee members that are really working very hard. Again, it's going to be a big effort. and appreciate the effort very much.
Thank you, Brian. Very exciting what Brian has done with the potential cemetery expansion. The last thing that we want is for all of our internments to be completely used up, and then, you know, the VA Memorial Department would open up another 1,000 or 2,000 acre cemetery in Greenville or in Eaton. And we would like to prevent that from happening. And Brian has been doing a great job. He's actually got some renditions. And also a big supporter of it is Congressman Turner and Eugene Saunders, who is the VA advocate with Congressman Turner. So that's a lot. Gene's here. How you doing, Gene? Gene, come up here. Come on up here. No, he's good, okay. He's like the unsung hero behind the scenes in Congressman Turner's office, but he's got his pulse on this effort. Thank you very much. Okay, where was I? Outreach Committee. Events, outreach, Clint. So here's the team, Clint Allen and Rick Davis, and Rick's better half, Jesse's over here. They headed up individually the events committee and the outreach committee. And recently I asked them if they would merge because there's a lot of synergies between the two, okay? So if you could introduce your folks and then your folks.
Hello, and thanks again for everyone coming today. It's just amazing to see how many people are out here, especially when you're fairly new like I am. Can I have the outreach committee raise your hands so I can see who's here? Trika Sloan from CareSource.
There's Catherine Hayes back.
Kathy Hayes back there. Where's Cindy? I know Cindy Daffler's around somewhere. Robert? Oh, Robert's got the camera in front of his face. And Jesse, right here, of course. And they've been doing a fantastic job, and we're just getting started. So we've got kind of a special surprise for you later. And I'm going to turn it over to Clint.
All right, I'm not the special surprise, so. But first off, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. It's actually a dream come true to have a partner, as in Rick, to work with events and outreach. And as already stated, it's the right thing to do because we kind of touch the same people, we kind of do the same things, and it's about American veterans and its history. So yeah, it's great to have Rick. We had a great lunch together. We had a great coffee time together. Our ideas are the same. Our direction is the same, and our leadership from Bill cracks a mean whip. I'm telling you, he has a target. He wants us to achieve greatness in what we do here. But it isn't just me. We do have an events piece of this outreach and events committee. So those who are part of that, I don't see a lot of them here. Cindy is a part of both of those. Robert Downs, I don't know if Robert's here. Kim Frisco, she helps us out. She's another one of those key pieces. Kathy, Margaret, I'm not sure if Margaret's here. Margaret Kretschmeyer, I know you guys. There she is, right back there. But this is the team that kind of puts together our Patriot Salute, which happens on the second weekend in September, that second Saturday in September. Great event. We're still looking for some sponsors, so come talk to me. We can synergize. We can make some things happen, okay? But that's all I have. Thank you.
So what we've done is part of our outreach and events and building support for our mission out here is we decided to come up with a one-pager is how Trika kind of decided it should be on who we are and what we do and what our mission is so that we could have these handy in email and or as we are out and about in the community, when somebody asks us what we do, we'll be able to hand them one of these. So we can create some some excitement about what's happening out here on the campus and also do some fundraising. But the big thing is for volunteerism. So what we want to do is, this is like hot off the presses. There's a lot, that we haven't edited it or anything. Okay, there's probably typos, and she doesn't take anything personally, but you could tell her if there's punctuation problems. So we're going to hand some of these out, and we would ask if you have any feedback for them to see this team up here as you review it, and then when it's completed, probably very shortly in the next week or so, then we're going to distribute it out, and it'll also be on our website. So.
Yeah, this is pretty much replacing the previous brochure. We took a lot of the content from it and laid it out on here, so you can keep that in mind if you're familiar with the previous one. And then we'll just start sharing this one, and if you have any edits, you can definitely let me know, or Rick.
But a great job by the events and outreach committee, very talented. They do a lot of hard work behind the scenes like everybody does, especially with the website and the outreach and consolidating our social media approach. And Jess, thank you for your consistent posting. We've been posting more on our Instagram and our Facebook page. So if you haven't already liked it, please go out and like those. And so thank you. Well done. Is Kim Vialva here? Kim Vialva heads up our education committee. I don't think that she's here. But that's a big part of what we do, is educating the community. And she writes a lot of that content for the website. So, okay. Do we want 1, 2, or 3 Susans? All right, let's, come on up. The Grotto committee leads extraordinaire. Yeah, give it up. So this is one of the main reasons why we decided to meet, right? We haven't, this is my first time actually meeting the 3 of you, right? And you, me, that I can recall. And it really started with Robert. Yeah, he's filming right here. Robert Kinsis, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. My fellow Marine, who got engaged with me 6 or 8 months ago. And, he had some concerns, like he does have concerns sometimes. Right? Just a few. And brought to my attention, the Grotto committee. And I said, this is perfect. Let's engage them. We invited you to our board meeting. We had some attend. So that's a big reason why we do what we do. What we're doing here tonight is so that we can learn and we can meet you and we can socialize. So any of you want to speak to your...
Guys always talk so
Right.
much.
Everybody
Come
raise your
on.
hand.
If you're a volunteer, raise your hand.
Right over
If
there.
you're-
Look at that.
So the majority of the crowd. Majority of the crowd, yeah.
Majority of the crowd. Well, thank you. When we got back the RSVP from the Grotto, there was 31 attending. We were like, wow, that's very cool. I'm always asking for partnerships and support, but telling the story about what we do. And when I walk around here and I see the beauty, I feel the beauty of this place and the healing power and the history of it. And then the labels, like labels on all of the flowers and the plantings. I'm like, this is really anal retentive, but I like it. I guess that's what is part of being a master gardener, right? So I think about you guys every day. Appreciate what you do. I need the 3 Susans to come back up. So we have some plaques here for our partners that helped the Grotto Committee complete the picnic pavilion. So first of all, is Rick Graham here from GEI Engineering? Rick? No, Corey said no. Okay. Larry Phillips From the Phillips Company? No, not here. I know these other two folks are here.
Brandon's here. Brandon's here. Yeah.
So we're going to save him for last. Okay. No, Brandon? Yeah, let's get you out of the way now. Come on up here. This is Brandon Beach from Home Depot, Team Home Depot. Big round of applause for Home Depot. Stay up here for a picture. Brandon, come over here. Over here, buddy.
Oh, you're the center.
So Brandon and I, okay, take a picture. Brandon's been working with us for a long time. Home Depot has been working with us for a very long time. And they're a big partner in what you see out here, and also with the picnic pavilion. They're also a major contributor of the Lincoln Statue Pavilion and the Lincoln Statue that will be constructed up next to the Putnam Library. Just remarkable, the time and effort and the money, the time, talent, and treasure that Home Depot and locally. We got a chance to talk, and as Brandon was growing up, living on the west side, used to drive by this when he was a little boy, right? So those stories of connectedness to this goes back generations and goes back decades and decades. So we have a lot of gratefulness for you and for the Home Depot. So please extend it to the rest of the team and to your organization. Okay. Corey Farmer, ladies and gentlemen, from Danis. Corey, come on up. Welcome, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
It has come, our vision has come to life.
So very quickly, I just want to read what these say. On behalf of the American Veterans Heritage Center, Board of Trustees, the Dayton VA Medical Center, and the Greater Dayton Military Veteran Community, we wanted to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude for your support in building the new Grotto Garden Picnic Pavilion. Your generous support and professional service helped us achieve our goal of enhancing the historic Dayton Soldiers Home, Grotto Gardens. We couldn't have done it without you. Your assistance and generosity mean so much to us, and we are truly grateful for everything that you have done. We are fortunate to have you and your organization as partners in our mission to preserve, inspire, and educate the community on the impact, the healing effect this historic place offers to our veterans, their families, and the caregivers of the VA Medical Center. We look forward to continuing our partnership, and we thank you for your support. And in particular, Corey has worked countless hours behind the scenes, and his organization is very supportive of what we do, and we couldn't have done that without you. And I can tell you that they've also committed, and Corey and I have been working together, I don't know, maybe the last year and a half behind the scenes, because they'll be supervising the construction of the Lincoln Statue Pavilion with us. So congratulations, Corey. Please extend it to the rest of the organization. Okay, now I want to introduce Mark Murdoch, who is the CEO and Executive Director of the VA Medical Center and is a really great partner of ours. You know, who's Glenn Costy? He's well forgotten now that Mark is in place. Don't tell him I said that. I don't think we're streaming this live, are we? No, okay.
Bill, thank you so much. First of all, this is a big deal. This is a really big deal being together like this. Because, you know, if you just think about it, over the last 3 years, we've kind of on pause when it comes to COVID and our ability not to be together. So as we move forward, we're seeing this as an organization, but we're also seeing it as communities. It's so important for us to get together, and how we get together is vitally important. The other reason is you're a big deal. And you're a big deal for many different ways, but first of all, I can guarantee you that President Lincoln is looking down right now and so proud of the work that you have done to continue his work, because that's essentially what you have done. You essentially have kept his vision alive. His vision was for these VA medical centers to be homes for healing. And that was our first name. We were the home for disabled soldiers. And if you look around this environment right now and you hear the waterfall and you feel the breeze and you see the lush, green landscape and all of the great work that you do putting, all the beautiful plants and flowers in place here, it truly is a caring and healing environment. And all of the work that is done by the AVHC is tremendous, and the history going back over 20 years now is tremendous. And I'm telling you that if it wasn't for AVHC, there would be a lot of things that are happening now that wouldn't have happened. And the first one of those is we would not have we would not have VA historian. We wouldn't have a VA history program. I can almost guarantee you that. The attention that was brought upon history in the VA because of the work of AVHC and the work that was done in the Grotto here was really the pinnacle that got that program started. And I can also guarantee that we wouldn't have a National VA History Center if it wasn't for the work that you all have done. So I know as we do work, it always seems like we creep along and sometimes it doesn't go as fast as we would all like it to. But it's very important to take moments like this and to really look back and see everything that you've accomplished. And the reason that we've accomplished it is because we've worked together. It's because of those relationships. It's because of the way that we've worked together between the VA and between AVHC and really continue to use other partners in the community to make this better. I can tell you as the son of a veteran and brother of a veteran and a veteran myself, my entire life I've kind of got to view the veteran experience. And I can tell you there's been no time in the history of my life in the last 62 years, and I believe probably in our country, where veterans have felt appreciated and felt loved and cared for than the way that they do now. And a lot of that is because of the way that you and the community has embraced us. We're not a separate society anymore. We're ingrained in the fabric of the society, and the love that has been shown to our veterans through that partnership and through that cooperation and through that focus has been tremendous. So I can't thank you enough for what you do each day. One of the things I would like to do if I could is I'd like everybody on my team to raise their hand so you can see who they are and then introduce yourself to them. Because we have an all-star team. Greg, raise your hand too. So Greg is over our historical properties. So Greg he's been with us just over a year, and Greg has done a phenomenal job as far as making sure that we do our due diligence with all of our historical properties. Rhonda is our award-winning public affairs specialist, and she tells our story and your story like nobody else. Tiffany Knight is our new person over community development, community development and civic engagement. Sorry, they changed their name from voluntary services, but they do a tremendous job, and Dewey Darden in community and public affairs. And our great gardeners who do a phenomenal job here in partnership on a daily basis. We are so very, very grateful for the work that they do. And we just can't thank you. I'm telling you, I have an all-star team, and they do a great job each and every day. And their goal is to just partner with you and continue to work together to make this better and better each and every day. So once again, thank you. God bless you for everything that you do, and we are so grateful. Bill, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. I really appreciate you and our partnership. And I'm just going to close with this. To be on this hallowed ground, I think about it every day. My office is filled with the Dayton Soldiers Home, pictures and memorabilia and our mission. But I would tell you that this is only the beginning. The AVHC, American Veterans Heritage Center, is arguably the entity. When Dale Huffman wrote that article in 1998 in the Dayton Daily News, does a little chapel have a prayer? And then the community came together and organized saving the Protestant chapel. That was the beginning to everything, right? To preserve the history and the buildings that were on this campus, right? I've been told there's more buildings that are gone and have been torn down than are left, right? But the AVHC stopped any of that from being torn down anymore, right? And lately, with Mark's help, the investment into the buildings to get the structures just to base, because they have been really deteriorated, and bringing on Greg Hopper, which is a huge win, has been remarkable, the investment that the VA has had. So the AVHC, as a 501c3 private community organization, we work together, right? So that we can make sure that we can save these things. And the Grotto was a big part of it. The Grotto was a big part of it. The AVHC was a big part of it. And why Dayton won the National VA History Center, Museum and Archive. So, you know, there's a staff in place, Mike Visconage, who I work with on the foundation side. I'm also a member of the National VA History Center Foundation and the Resource Development Chair over there. And that was spun up as a capital campaign to raise we think somewhere in the neighborhood of $70 million to build out the museums, right? And the visitor center and the headquarters building and redoing the Putnam Library, which is now going to be the reception and visitor center for the museum. The headquarters building floor load can't support the interpretive master plan that's been done, 100-page interpretive master plan on this museum. It's gonna be off the chart, spectacular visitor center museum on everything that the Veterans Administration and American public have done to care for our veterans, right? From the benefits to the health care to the memorial services. They're gonna have all of these wonderful displays, but that's gonna pale in comparison to the online presence that's gonna be here on this campus. And a big part of it is going to be welcoming the public to come and see who we are, to see just how powerful the healing environment is here. That was all started by the Civil War veterans that built this place. They quarried the mines with limestone to build the buildings that made the lakes. And you guys brought it back to life 10 years ago. And it continues. But it pales in comparison to what's going to be coming. So it's a very, very exciting time for us. The Lincoln statue and the pavilion, we look forward to a continued partnership with you. And I don't know if I missed anything, but I think at this point, I'll wrap it up. Thank you for your time. This is what it's about. They built this place so the veterans could heal. They built this place so that the veterans could socialize, right? So that they could be entertained. Can you just imagine right across that landscape there, like the biggest roller coaster in the world, right? And then beyond that, the Gettysburg panorama, where you could go in there and see a 30-foot tall picture all the way around this massive of the Gettysburg battlefield. I think the Three Susans, where was the greenhouse? Was the greenhouse? So the greenhouse, if you look at the pictures, this big, beautiful, wonderful greenhouse was here, right? Conservatory. So how would the Grotto committee like to have that rebuilt? So there's a BHAG for you, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Let's rebuild that right here. Mark, can you pull your wallet out? That'd be cool. So I will challenge you with this. I think one of the important things for us to do is there's a lot of healing that needs to be taken place with our veterans, right? There's a huge suicide rate within our veteran community. And there's a huge PTSD within our veterans community. And those are two things that if we engage the community and we engage our volunteers and we engage veterans and we work with our new outreach, that we can bring the veterans to come in and volunteer with the American Veterans Heritage Center and can volunteer with the wonderful Grotto Committee and work right alongside us, digging in that dirt and making this a better place of healing, but looking for individuals that can come with us and heal with us. So that's what we need to do. There's lots of them out there. So I challenge you to start thinking. Ask those folks to come and volunteer. You'll see on our website where they can contact us. And you have a volunteer coordinator as well. Let's just do a better job of telling the community to come out with their veterans and help us heal. Okay? So thank you very much. I think of all of you as kindred spirits. I'm very happy to meet everybody here, and I'm very excited to get to know you better.